tailor instruction,
Right.
okay, in real time, offering personalized learning experiences for every student. Because the personalized learning experience, actually, this is what you get. Okay, and differentiated instruction strategy is one of the most important strategies in teaching that will lead to the personalized learning that we are all long to. Okay, so this is actually, for this reason, our workshop objective is to demonstrate how AI can help us implement differentiated instruction strategies in less time and in easy way, okay? Providing tailored content, adaptive assessments, and immediate feedback, all of which can enhance the learning process or journey that we are actually going through at varying levels. Okay, now, now, okay, but we are going to do a small recap on differentiated instruction that you all it's a teaching strategy, of course, and which addresses learner differences in readiness, interest, and learning profile. So نحن while working with differentiated instruction, we have to take care of these three actually aspects. The readiness, or actually the level of the students we are learners we are targeting, their different interests. Okay, I mean, this is one of the aspects, and the learning profile, which is very important, and you are all familiar with those who are kinesthetic, those who are audio, visual, and so on. Okay, so this is actually differentiated instruction. Now, of course, with differentiated instruction, نحن we are going to talk about the pros and cons, or the advantages and the disadvantages, or what we call benefits and drawbacks. Now, of course, with differentiated instruction at the beginning, this is why we said here, without using AI, because our goal at the end is to lessen these challenges. So without using AI, I just want you to scan the QR code and tell opinion, how is differentiated instruction helpful, and the challenges that we may encounter as teachers while applying it. Okay, so I just want your interaction now and your feedback. You may put one helpful aspect, one challenging, maybe more. So go ahead. إذا بدك خلينا نشوفه. Okay. Uh, okay, you can start adding, okay, either in the pros or in the cons or in the advantages or in the advantages. And we will just view and let's say common ones, whether here or there. Okay, so we are receiving answers here. Okay, now promotes and engage, encourage growth, addresses diverse learning needs, fosters independence, grows increased engagement, better outcomes, more inclusive. Okay, as for cons, requires a lot of preparation time. Okay, this is actually what we said. Yes, it actually that was the most that we encountered. You know, the time consuming, and this is what we are going to avoid, hopefully, through AI. The load of preparation on us as teachers. Okay, so these are answers, and we are still getting more. Needs time. Okay, as cons. Okay, great. Of course, there are many common advantages. Addressing all students' needs, students' engagements, foster growth. Great. Challenging to manage. A student may be not with the class and might some connection with the topic. Okay, and this is what we have to try to avoid. This is a very important one. Students may be not with the class and might, because نحن in differentiated instruction, we try not to dump the content. يعني أهم شيء إنه ما نخفف content معلومات. اوكي لحتى ما تصير هيدا الشيء. هي it's actually changing the instruction. It's differentiated instruction to reach every student. Requires a lot of preparation time, more inclusive. Okay, yes, actually, inclusive property is very important. The pros, okay, كمان help students access the curriculum and topics that meet their interests. Okay, I think this is enough. There are more participants. Okay. Okay. So actually the pros and cons, yes. Okay, let's check what we got. Okay, they are actually all the same. What we put, learner-centered, increases engagement as for equity, gives learners choice, increasingly possible with AI. And the cons, now, نحن كمان we said and without using AI, sometimes leads to watering down the content. What we have to avoid, dumping the content is very dangerous here. Cannot be done for every learner. Time consuming. Learners need to learn in all different ways. Actually, this is coming, we have to highlight, you know, of course, in differentiated instruction, students, all students are going to be subject to all types of instructions. We will try to focus on all types of instructions, whether the audio, kinesthetic, so they will also be subject to these. Okay, time consuming actually for the teachers with the help of AI. This is what we want to actually minimize a lot also. So actually we got the same will get the same pros and cons. Now also we will move to of course the importance of AI in education. AI everywhere يعني, whether in education or in other areas, but of course now we care about AI in education. Now of course you all know the how AI is helping us as teacher in our teaching journey. So what do you think the importance of AI in education? As كمان I want you to just scan the QR code and go for some ideas. Okay, yeah. Okay, so أكيد it saves too much time, as Shadon said. No, this is actually what we observed in the last couple of years. Gives all information easily and helps understand better with detailed information. Sure, so detailed. Okay, Karen, laziness is one of the, okay, on what AI offers. Okay. Okay, we'll go back to the QR code. Okay, for those who want to scan it. Okay. Yeah, but please to check more answers. Okay, we could find some mistakes. Of course, there are sometimes mistakes. Here is to take what we have to take from the AI. We're not going to depend totally, of course, but it's going to be as at the end it's a tool. Okay, so can tool نحن بنمشيها يعني مش هي حتمشينا. Okay. So we could find some mistakes. We actually are finding some mistakes. Okay, but of course are able to manage everything. Creating more interactive and engaging learning experiences. Okay. So out of AI, got كمان pros and cons. Over reliance, okay, on technology, not accessible for everyone, Okay. Be satisfied with this? Okay, thank you for your interaction. So let's see now. Okay, AI, it's a tools generate exercises at different levels. Okay, AI provides step-by-step explanations. Okay, in some platforms. Learner present learning in multiple ways. Okay, these are the common actually importance of AI. Now, okay, now we will actually dive into the main aspect of our workshop, the differentiated instruction, which we have to go through the three main ways to differentiate a lesson. We can differentiate a lesson through its content, through its process, and through the product. Now, through its content, we have to adjust what is taught actually for the material, because actually at the end, as we said, we're not trying to dump the content down. What we are trying to do in differentiated instruction is to actually differentiate between different levels, between interests, between profile. يعني we are trying to target the instructions, actually the instruction given. Now the time we target the instruction from all sides, okay, we hope we are reaching the personalized learning. We have to go through the process. That means we have to adapt how it is taught, learners' engagement with the material. Okay, it's not all about classwork on the paper. We may ask for projects and many other things. Okay, now product, of course, the assessment part. Okay, كمان we have to adjust how it is assessed, and through our workshop we will target everyone. Okay, so let's start first of all with the content. Okay, now differentiation through the content, actually, we will after a while through an activity to show how magicschool.ai, I think many teachers use it. because it's an excellent platform for lesson plans, for multiple choice questions, for worksheet generators. Okay, so I listed here. Okay, we listed here a list of platforms. Actually, there are many, and there are actually hundreds of platforms, but we chose actually what we work mostly of and what are important in our teaching in school. So we have, of course, you all are familiar with ChatGPT, Gemini, MagicSchool.ai, Khan Academy, IXL is very important, MathPix and Coconut is a very important platform, and you will check after a while why. Now, of course, here we have to vary the content again, without watering it down. اوكي يعني it's not about يعني ما بدنا ننزل بالcontent نحن down. اوكي لا, we want to vary our instruction just to meet the needs of all students. Okay, now I choose an example from the Magic School, and okay, now in Magic School, okay, this is one of its tools. Okay, one of its tools is to go to the academic content. Okay, this is one of them. There are many tools in the Magic School. Okay, it's all about putting, for example, here the grade level. Okay, the topic I want to target here, I chose powers. Okay, I only want one page. Okay, and I gave more, you know that in AI, the more you give details, the more you get to the objective you want. So here I said use the properties of powers to simplify numerical expressions. So I only want to target the properties of the numerical expressions. And I said in the additional criteria, I want 3 versions for this easy, intermediate, and hard. Now, the time I give this, it means I'm targeting the level. The level here, I'm talking about the level, not the interest or the learning profile. So the time I press on generate, automatically, of course, I will get 3 levels. Okay. Okay. Okay, I will get 3 levels, of course, with the answer. Okay, this is one of the examples. And can you please change now? Yeah. Okay. Now, let me give you now a practical, something practical for you to do. Okay, I want you to do the same as we did here as an example. So I want you to go to the, can we put it in the chat, please? Okay, so we're going to take the link and I will put it in the chat. And I want you to make the same, okay, with an example that you choose from your own, any topic, any math topic, any level you want. And I want you to put also levels, intermediate, easy, and difficult. We will wait for a couple of minutes. If you have any sharing feedback, you can give. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so the link is in the chat now. Okay, and you can start. We'll just we want your feedback about how much time it took and if you got what you want. The more detailed the instruction is, the more you reach your target and the objective, the specific objective you want. Okay, Magic School. Actually, this is free application platform. You can choose any of these. You can copy, paste, do whatever you want. But if you want to export the word form as it is, okay, you need to pay. Uh, I think like around $13 per month. But everything else other than exporting is going to be for free. Can you just scroll down a little bit? Okay. 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 Anyone who wants to give his or her feedback about this application? Okay, we're getting feedback. Okay, thank you. Yeah, somebody is saying Teachy. Okay, yeah, in the chat, Teachy.ai/en come in. It's very close to this one, by the way. And Magic, uh, they are almost the same, and the both are simple and efficient. Okay, we're getting more remarks. Okay, 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 great. Okay, now my friend tried another one now directly about remarkable identities. Okay, and we in just few minutes, or even less than a minute, we got the following. Okay, I thank you a lot for your interaction and your feedback. Let's go back. Okay. Mhm. Okay. So that was one of the examples on the content targeting the levels of the students. And of course, we can go أما أقول easy, medium, or and hard, that doesn't mean the students are going to stay as such. Because we have to leverage then after a while. Okay, yeah, let's go now. Okay, now my friend Zahir will continue with more examples.
Good morning, everyone. As for differentiation through content, as my colleague said before, that using AI allows us to change the content through difficulty or through learning styles. For this example, I will show you Coconut, which allows us to give different styles. For example, some students are visual learners, others are kinesthetic, others are auditory learners. So depending on each style, some students would understand the lesson, while others would be looking at space. So I will show you now an example about functions for grade 10. For students, especially this generation, TikTok and keeps their day and night scrolling on their phone, swiping left and right. Their attention span has decreased significantly. So this example, we used it for grade 10, and we got some good results.
Ready to conquer functions? This video breaks down everything you need to know for grade 10. We'll start with the basics: what's a function, and what are its input and output. Then, we'll dive into finding a function's domain. Think of it as the function's allowed territory. We'll explore different function types and their domains with clear examples. Next up, how functions increase or decrease. We'll visualize this using graphs. We'll also learn about function parity, even, odd, or neither, and how to identify them. We'll create tables of signs and variation, powerful tools to understand a function's behavior. Finally, we'll master solving equations involving functions both graphically, using your calculator or software, and algebraically, using techniques like factoring and the quadratic formula. We'll wrap things up with a quick review of all the key concepts. So get ready to practice, explore further, and become a function master. Remember, practice makes perfect, so grab your pencil and some extra problems to solidify your understanding. You got this.
This example was used with students as introduction to the lesson, so they had no idea what the lesson was talking about or what objectives they need to tackle. So when we played this video, students asked to replay the video about 4 to 5 times. They took notes more than what they did usually while writing on the whiteboard. So they liked the idea and they wanted to do another video of their own. The second video is their collective knowledge about the lesson after doing their research and having to explain it to themselves.
And it's also كمان part of motivation.
It's a function analysis. This video will quickly explain how to determine a function's domain, parity, even, odd, or neither, sense of variation, increasing or decreasing, and create its sign table. First, the domain. It's simply all possible input values. Look for division by 0 or negative square roots to find restrictions. Next, parity. An even function mirrors itself across the y-axis, fx equals fx, while an odd function is symmetric about the origin, fx equals fx. Determining the sense of variation is easy. Observe if the function increases or decreases as x increases, either graphically by looking at the slope or from a table of values. Creating a table of signs shows where the function is positive, negative, or 0. This can be done graphically or by solving fx equals 0 and testing intervals. Finally, we'll see how to quickly construct variation and sign tables directly from a function's graph by identifying key points like roots and turning points to define intervals and determine function behavior within each. Master these techniques for a complete understanding of function behavior.
هون بس لكم شغله كمان يعني at least انه in 2 or let's say 3 minutes at least الترمينولوجي تاعت الانترودكشن تو functions they got it. لانه هاي كمان انه امرار ما بيسمعوا التلاميذ يعني ما بيكونوا interested، بس انه هلا انه هن وعم يحضروا هن they are listening at the same time. و it was true يعني كلمة parity of variation domain كلياته هن they were able directly to pinpoint them through the videos لأنه it caught their attention. تفضل زاهر.
Now, for the next one,
Conquer function analysis. This video.
Second slide. Okay.
the first video was, or the previous slide tackled who would like to stimulate their brain visually, and they could also read the words. For the second part, we have for auditory learners.
How mathematicians know exactly where a function lives, how it behaves, and whether it's an exhibitionist or a recluse. Well, buckle up, because we're diving into the secret lives of functions. Hello and welcome to the CocoNote podcast. I'm your host, Coco. Today we're talking about function analysis. We'll explore how to dissect a function to understand its domain, parity, variation, and sign. By the end of this podcast, you'll be able to look at a function and know its secrets. Let's start with the domain of definition. Think of it as the function's comfort zone. It's all the possible x values that a function can happily accept without throwing a tantrum. What causes a function to throw a tantrum? Well, division by 0 is a big one. It's like trying to divide a pizza among 0 people, mathematically impossible and emotionally distressing for the pizza. Also, square roots of negative numbers are a no-go. It's like trying to find a cat that enjoys water, theoretically possible, but highly unlikely. So how do we find this comfort zone? We look for those pesky denominators that could equal 0 and those square roots hiding negative numbers. For example, if you have fx, 1/, x2, x can be anything except 2 because that would make the denominator 0. It's like saying everyone is invited to the party except x equals 2. Next up, we have parity of a function. This is all about whether a function is even, odd, or neither. Think of it as the function's personality. An even function is like a mirror image symmetrical about the y-axis. If you fold the graph along the y-axis, the two halves match perfectly. An odd function is a bit more rebellious. It's symmetrical about the origin. If you rotate the graph 180 degrees around the origin, it looks the same. How do you figure out a function's personality? Graphically, you can just look at the symmetry. Algebraically, you substitute x into the function. If fx equals fx, it's even. If fx equals fx, it's odd. If neither of those things is true, then it's neither even nor odd. It's like a function that refuses to be categorized. Now, let's talk about the sense of variation. This is how the function changes as x changes. Is it going up, going down, or just chilling in one place? If the function's values go up as x increases, it's increasing. If they go down, it's decreasing. Think of it like climbing a hill or sliding down a slope. You can see this in a table of variation or on a graph. On a graph, if the line rises from left to right, it's increasing. If it falls, it's decreasing. It's like reading a book. If the words go up, you're climbing to new heights of understanding. Finally, we have the table of signs. This tells us where a function is positive, negative, or 0. It's like a weather report for the function: sunny, positive, cloudy, negative, or neutral, 0. From a graph, you can see where the graph is above the x-axis, positive, below the x-axis, negative, and where it crosses the x-axis, 0. Algebraically, you solve fx equals to find the roots, then test intervals between these roots to see if the function is positive or negative. It's like testing the waters to see if they're warm or cold. Ever wondered how mathematicians...
Okay. As we have seen now or listened, we have questions. Is Coconut free? Yes, it's free. The only difference is when you export a video for a free version, بيطلع عنا اللوجو. So we have coconut.ai would be visible. If you buy it, you would not have the logo. That's the only difference. Plus, you have limits of 3 videos per day. They will forget it. لا, we can download the video. بعطيهم إياه الفيديو فيهم يحضروه 1000 مرة قد ما بدهم. So all these videos and audio files, they have access to it. Plus, they can read the notes and they can interact with a chatbot related to this given topic using our account. A student account or public account, they can have this. They can see this. We can send them. يعني
هي بتغطي من كل الميلات هون الاوديو الفيديوز وهيدول كمان النوتس.
So we can download the videos. They also can read the notes. These notes are firstly generated by AIs and they are edited by the students. And they can also take a quiz to test their knowledge. They can repeat it many times and they can check their answers. For visual learners, they can also see the mind map, which can also categorize each topic and its subtopic. And these flashcards were written by the students. They wrote 15 flashcards, so they have 15 As for teacher's account, and this is also the free interface. we can show it in class, and they question with a chatbot that would give them their answer from these notes.
Okay. So this is all about content.
How
Okay. Now, the second aspect of differentiation will. So now AI suggests different ways to solve a problem. كمان visual, step by step, or interactive. Now, these are the most efficient tools for the process part. Of course, they are all under differentiation, whether content process or assessment. They go in the three. Photomath is a very important one, where usually many students use Photomath. GeoGebra. GeoGebra actually it's not an AI tool. بس نحن as teachers كتير بنحب الجيوجبرا actually for it's whether in algebra or geometry. وناو ال AI ممكن نحن للانستركشن تكون انه نحط الانستركشن على AI هو يعطينا يعملنا كودينج لنحطه بالجيوجبرا ويطلع عنا الاكتيفيتي اللي نحن بدنا اياها. So for this reason we put the GeoGebra in the tools, although it's not an AI, but it's we can use AI to help us create activities in GeoGebra. Microsoft Math Solver, خانميكو يلي هي خانميكو يعني هي related to Khan Academy. Desmos AI, Qwen and Leonardo.ai. Qwen and Leonardo.ai كمان they are so important in the process part. And for this reason, we're going to get to give some examples from both Qwen and Leonardo.ai about the properties of special parallelograms.
For example, we use this to generate a lesson about quadrilaterals, special parallelograms. We needed to target visual, auditory, and kinesthetic learners. So we used Qwen, and Qwen was able to give us, this is a prompt we use. Qwen was able to give us this.
Highlight prompt, let's see.
This is a result generated by Qwen. So we asked it to create a project-based learning activity about parallelograms for grade 8 students tackling different learning styles, visual, auditory, and kinesthetic with different difficulty levels.
كمان ظاهر مثل كل ال AI the more detailed the prompt is the more specific يعني هاي دايما عم شد عليها لأنه كتير مهمة.
So understanding the properties of parallelogram and how they could apply it in real-world context and it emphasizes on collaboration between peers and demonstrate their knowledge. So we have it differentiated. We have task A for visual learners and through different levels, beginners, intermediate, and advanced level. And the instructions use this activity. Next, we have it for auditory learners with their difficult levels, beginner, intermediate, and advanced, and also the instructions on how to use this activity. We also have activity for kinesthetic learners, and it gave us the rubric, how to give them criteria for each game or activity, and the materials required to make this activity. We can also change the outcome if we do not like it. For example, I used one of the replies to give it another prompt to make a game like Risk, where players need to achieve objectives to win. Their objectives are properties of rectangle, square, rhombus, parallelogram. The game is played by 2 to 4 students because, for example, if we have 19 students in class or an odd number, we cannot divide them into pairs or groups of 4 or groups of 5. So having it being designed for of numbers give us flexibility.
The prompt.
So it designed the game and its components, game board, tokens, challenge cards, dice, and the properties of each code, how they use power-ups. So it designed a full game.
Okay. Wow.
Next, we wanted to make, since we're making it as since we're designing it as a game, so we need a map. We use these two prompts for two AIs. One of them is Quem and one of them is Leonardo AI. We wrote these two different prompts to produce the following maps. The first map is designed by Qwen. We used prompt 1. Qwen is also free.
فيها كل الديتيلز رايت بالبرومبت بالريزلتس في كل الجيم رولز اللي بيشتغلوا فيها.
Prompt 2 for Qwen, so we can choose different maps. For example, it has parallel, right angles, parallel sides, equal sides. It's written on the map. This map is designed by Leonardo.
يعني نعمل لهم احنا برنت وهن وكولرد ويشتغلوا فيهم كيف الريسك والمونوبولي وهدول يعني كهاندز اون activities.
And as you can see, Leonardo writes the properties or names of areas like a dragon game or old age time.
Okay, so this is about a process. Now we reach the final thing, which is the product, or let's say the assessment part. كمان there are common actually platforms that we are using as Magic.ai, GeoGebra, كمان again, quizzes, Google Board, ChatGPT, Desmos, Coconut, all of these, كمان they are being mentioned, many of them are being mentioned before, whether in the content or in the process, and now in the product. Now, quizzes from its name, actually, this is a very important platform for the assessment part, or what we call the product. So let's see, this is one of the examples. Okay, actually, okay, it's also free. Okay, you just need to do an account, as many other AI platforms. You just make an account and you go for all tools inside it. So, for example, this is one of the on the algebraic expressions. In the term here, we have a video and we have instructions for a game, a multiple choice. Okay, so we may watch, this is for visual, and we may directly after watching start assessment. This is actually the time students are assessing the making the assessment. نحن بيكون عندنا leader board بنشوف كل النيمز مع the number of correct questions we can also assess through them. Okay. هلا اللي بدي اياه منكم بليز جربوا تفوتوا من الكيو ار كود، او اذا بدكم joinmyquiz.com وتاخذوا هيدا الانتر كود. اوكي، لانه نحن كتيتشرز ما فينا نبلش الجيم او actually الاسسمنت الا ما يكون في participants. So the time we have one participant we can start with the game. So either use the QR code, make the quiz, or use joinmyquiz.com and enter the code with your name. ببين عنا نحن على الليدر بورد كل الأسماء. نحن بنقول لهم للستودنتس write your full name، ونحن we start من اللابتوبس تاعولنا نشوف قد ايه هن حلوا صح وحلوا غلط، و we can put a grade يعني through this. So you can start. Yeah. Okay, so we have one participant, Sarah. Okay. More volunteers, please. Okay, Farah also. Yeah, let's start. The time the teacher has participants, or either even one, we can directly start. So, okay, Karine.
Welcome to Math with Mr. J.
In this video, I'm going to cover what terms are in algebraic expressions. So
this is actually, that was the video. This is the game. Okay. Okay. So this is what we get. We get the number of correct answers. This is actually a very efficient tool in AI for the assessment part. Okay, let's see who won. Okay, this is just an example. Okay. There are already there are many prepared quizzes, multiple choice or even other than multiple choice questions in quizzes in Magic Schools as well. Okay. Now.
How to use AI to help us with tools that we already use. For example, during the war and being locked down, we needed to give students some exercises to drill. So we used AI to write VBA code to be written on Microsoft Excel. This code would generate random sets infinitely so they can practice on. And this is the result. كانوا يحكونا التلاميذ إنه أنا تركت البيت وكتابي ما معي. أستاذ أنا تركت البيت ودفتري ما معي. فكل اللي كان هو الديفايس اللي معهم which they can click on new. كل ما يدوس على new it generates new sets. بده يتأكد من الجواب يدوس على answer وفي يشوف هون الجواب. هو كل ما يدوس new set بيطلع له set جديدة. answer بيطلع له الانسر كي هون.
not cheat.
فهيك صار كل تلميذ هو وضميره كيف حيشتغل ويدرس.
Okay.
في عندنا كمان during كمان بالحرب بدنا نعمل تيست والتلاميذ هن اونلاين. يتأكد التلميذ انه هو فعليا حيشتغلوا مش حيبعتوا لبعض كلياتهم جروب واتساب وهيك. So what we did we generated 90 different or 90 versions من هيدا التست. وهيك يتأكد 100% ما فيهم يغشوا من بعض. إذا اخترعوا طريقة تانية يغشوا أوكي برافو عليهم.
AI.
How can I go to other questions؟ بهيدا الإكزامبل كانت سوري السؤال كريم هو للكوزز ولا للإكسل؟
احنا لأنه we stopped it. We stopped the activity.
For quizzes, you could click next, بس teacher. To click on next.
هي بس نحن نعمل ستوب للكويز، التيتشر هي بتوقف الكويز. اوكي يعني شيء
So for quiz في عندك هون continue video بيحضر الفيديو الثاني then the second assessment.
asking about quizzes then. Okay.
As for the different assessments, I used AI to I wrote the questions. مش هو اخترعهم من عنده. I wrote the questions and I asked AI to run the code 90 times using variables. So هون فتنا شوية coding. اللي أعطاني هو 270 as you can see on top. So and it's memorized version 0. لأنه ما حقعد حل ورا كل السؤال. Version 1. So we have 270 pages of 90 different versions من هذا السؤال. طيب كمان أنا لما نعطيه للبرنت المدرسة بدها تطبعه ما حتطبع الانسر كي له كمان. كمان we used AI to split the PDF page 1, page 4, page 7, page 10 ليقسمهم. هو اللي بينطبعوا أو إذا عم نحكي نحن أونلاين كنا كل فايل انبعت لتلميذ لحاله. هلا the difference between AIs هول حنبعت لكم اياهم. نبعت هاي الدوكيمنت انه ايه في عندنا نحن تشات جي بي تي ديب سيك خرب الدنيا شيء طلع اسمه في different AIs جيميناي بارد. difference بيناتهم في فرق بين التشات بوكس وسيرش انجن وانتربرايز. انتربرايز هو الهايست ليفل. التشات جي بي تي مثل ما حدا قال اول بيعطينا هو فيك نيوز او حتى بيحل قصص غلط. مزبوط لانه هو تشات بوكس اكثر من ما يكون هو سيرش انجن. هول حنبعت لكم اياهم الفايلز. هنعطيكم هلا activity using any AI. بدكم هاي بنرجع للليست اللي ورا. Try to generate 3 different levels of any activity or any lesson for any grade level and check the results between using different AIs. Qwen هو qwen.ai ويو هو you.com. فيكم تستعملوا كمان شات جي بي تي or Gemini or Bard or DeepSeek or whatever AI you use. Results between chatbot, search engine, and enterprise. Hi Hanadi, how they make different versions. يلا هلا برجع بفرجيكم. كتبت انا التست الاولاني وطلبت منه هو يعمل different versions، بس هلا برجع بفرجيكم. سوري الصوت ما واضح، عم بسمع صوت بس عم بيقطش. طيب صار في كذا سؤال عن كيف عملنا different versions. رح فرجيكم الفايلز. هذا الفايل هلا يوز ليكس او ليتكس، اذا حدا عنده فكره عنه ليتكس بنستعمله بالجامعات كنا. انا شخصيا ما بحب الوورد. So I use latex to generate my tests. اللي عملته هو بدل ما اكتب is 5 times 7 over كان lesson هو powers and radicals. I used variables. So A times B instead of 2 times 5. واللي طلبت منه انه يحدد range for A and range B. For example, A between 1 and 5, B between 2 and 7. Difficulty levels كانت through different range of numbers. So level A from 1 to 4, level B from 7 to 9, level C from 1 to 20 حسب level كل student. اللي طلبت من ال AI يساعدني انه هو يعمل list للفاريبلز بدي اياهم.
وكمان إذا بدهم أكثر معلومات، يعني كمان فينا إذا شيء تبعتوا الميلز through the chat، كمان زهر بتبعتهم بتساعد عندك كمان كل الأشياء اللي targeting this topic.
فلما اعمل run هون بيبين عندي انه هو عم يكتب هلا الاكزامز، عم يعمل لهم rerun 90 times. بيعطيني اخر شيء هو PDF فايل مع الفيرجنز مع الانسر كي له.
Okay.
لفرجيكم الريزلت هون، وهي الريزلت اللي اعطاني اياها.
Okay. So we're almost done. Of course, all other documents that you need, نحن we can send it by waiting for you to send your interested in any of the topics you passed through the chat. Okay, well, actually, this is all what we want to talk about today. Presentation. And of course, at the end, we have to say that teaching is not, this is a very nice quote, teaching is not the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire. This quote emphasizes the importance of inspiring and engaging students rather than just delivering information. We are now trying to avoid lecturing. We are trying to target objective from all sides as you saw, with the least time that we have to spend on preparation نحن as teachers يعني لأنه we have other things to do other than just preparing. We have correcting all other stuff for in teaching. So this is actually a very important quote. Teaching is not the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire. we are trying to inspire, to engage, to personalize learning. And this is actually aligns well with the concept of differentiated instruction that we talked about today. Okay, so this is all what we want to talk about today, and the last 5 minutes for you to ask questions if you have. And we're ready to answer. Okay. So we're receiving questions, and some are asking for more workshops about this. And of course, at the end, you know that AI كمان فتنا بالاي اي، كل ما عم نلاقي اشياء زياده، وكل ما عم بيكون في اشياء عن جد عم بتساعدنا. ونحن مثل ما قلتوا يعني عم ننقي اللي بدنا اياه. يعني نحن حتى بالبلاتفورمز بالتولز نحن عم ناخذ الاشياء اللي نحن بتساعدنا. و I think نحن as teachers they are all common for all of us.
عم يسألوا إذا الأب اللي استعملتها needs knowledge in coding. no. يعني كيف نحن بنحل problem الماث هو in terms of variable A, B, C. So هاي النولج هي pure mathematics. الكودينج so حتى إذا بدي أكتبه أنا for word document مش flex or latex، في بيكتبها هو بال VBA اسمها language. So بكتب لل AI write بكتب أنا test بالأول test انه change or write this test for different versions 90 versions 100 versions قد ما بدي using VBA code. so ساعتها بيكتب الكود لحاله I only copy paste and run.
وكمان قلنا بالجيوجبرا كمان نحن يلي هي منا اي اي، بس فينا نستعمل فيها الاي اي ليكتب لنا الكود لنحطه to create our activity.
يعني limited انه بس هو يخترع لي. في اوقات programs بحب استعملها انا وفيها features ما موجوده بعد بالاي اي لحديت هلا، فيني اطلب منه هو يعطيني الستبس لساويها.
Okay, this is all. We want to thank you all for attending our workshop, and hopefully we will go through more workshops in the coming time. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day. رح نجاوب هلا بس على التكست. هنبعت الدوكيومنتس كلياتهم شو هن. إذا في حدا بعد بده كمان يبعت لي الشات هلا.
Thank you again, and see you soon, hopefully.
Have a good day.